Let us now understand the specific problem of market value of shares, in which every student will be given 5 companies and he or she will have to collect the information of market value of the shares of these 5 companies and prepare the tables and the graphs and charts and observation and conclusion. So how to calculate the market value of share, how to collect the data, let's understand. I've taken 5 companies and one of them is Sun Pharmaceuticals Industries Limited. And Sun Pharmaceutical Industries Limited was having market value of share in the month of October 2014 like this. When you collect the data from nscindia.com or the website of the company, you will get the information about the market value in this format only, that on a single day, that is 1st October, that was Wednesday, the market price when the market opened for this company's share was 860. It went to the highest during trading hours as 865.40. The lowest for this day was 849.45, and when market closed the rate was 860 rupees 80 paisa. So in this format only we get data from the website, which states that on these different days the market price of shares. In this category we have 4 columns for the market price, which is open, high, low, close. And I told you open means the rate when market opened, the market price of share. The close means when market closed, the trading hours closed, the market price of share at that closing time was this, and the highest price of the share reached 865.40 for that day during trading hours, and the lowest rate was this. So like this, for all working or trading days of the month of October, we need to find out the market value of share of Sun Pharmaceuticals Companies Industries Limited. So these information, this data, when we collect, we need to put them in this tabular form like I have done here. So these 6 columns we need to prepare. One is date, then day, then open, high, low, close, total 6 columns. So you may see that after 1st October we have 7th October. So this is not done intentionally or purposely. The data is available from the website in this format only during these days only. Maybe 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th were Saturday, Sunday or any guested holidays. So if it was not a trading day on the stock exchange, the data will not be available. Anyhow, you need to take the data which is available on the site and you need to put it in this tabular form till the last day of the month, which is 31st October in this case. So this is the data for the month of October. So after putting the data into this tabular form, now we need to concentrate upon these 2 columns, basically the high and low column. High and low column, why? Because we need to see what was the lowest rate during the month of October. So to find out the lowest rate during the month of October, we need to find out the lowest rate in low column. So the low column states that 790 is the lowest rate amongst all the data available here in the low column. So 790 is the lowest rate. On 27th of October it reached its lowest. So I am assuming that a shareholder is investing in this share on this rate on this date. So on 27th October, if a potential shareholder purchases the share of this company at this price, so this will be the lowest price of this month. So chancely he has got the opportunity to buy on 790. Now we have to see on what rate he can sell, on what price and on what date. So 790 means 27th October. So after 27th of October, if we want to sell, we need to check the high column. Of course, being a shareholder, you would like to sell your share on the highest price possible. So I am assuming that the shareholder who has invested on 27th October must have sold it at a price which is highest among this. This is 849.95. Please remember, you need to look into the high column, but not overall high price in this column, but the high price after the purchase date, which is 27th October. So 27, 28, 29, 30, 31st, in may say you have to see the highest, which is 849.95, and that is to on 31st October. It may have been possible if the purchasing price was suppose here, somewhere here, and the selling price was somewhere here. So it will depend upon the market value of share, the lowest price, and on the lowest price date we have to look further till the last day, which was the highest price. So these two prices I have highlighted. 790 is the lowest price amongst lower column, and 849.95 is the highest price amongst high column, but after this date, 27th October. So these two columns have been highlighted. Now we need to present this data, the whole data of the tabular form, on a graph paper. So this is the graph paper for Sun Pharmaceutical Industries Limited. So this is the x-axis on the horizontal way, and this is the y-axis, the vertical way. So x and y axis we have to put the dates here on the horizontal basis, that is in the month of October 2014, and this is market value of share on the y axis. So this is 0. We are starting with the dates mentioned in the tabular form, which were first 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on till 13. So 0, and then first 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 16 and up to 31st we have to show here. Please remember, you cannot mark date as first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and because the dates given in the tabular form is these only, so we need to mention these only with the equal gap amongst them. So this is the x-axis having dates on the month of October given in the tabular form, and this is the market value of share on y-axis. Market value of share, because we need to show high and low, both these columns only, these two columns only. So the market price is somewhere around 800, somewhere around 800 if we check. So it means we'll be starting from 0 and we'll be giving a kink here. It's not mentioned here, maybe it was not possible through the computer to show it maybe. So this is 0 and we have to mention a kink here, and it means 0 to 790. Why I have taken 790? You can take 770, 760, whatever suits you, keeping in mind the space available with you on the graph paper. I have taken the equal gaps amongst them, and I have taken till 870 because I have to mark the high range, which is amongst 800 and 870. So 790 to 870 I have to mark, so I have taken the base from 790 to 870 here with the equal gaps. So now I need to represent this data of high and low columns on this graph. So on 1st of October the high was 865.40 and low was 849.45. These two I have to mark. So of course I have to put two line graphs. So two line graphs will be having two different sort of lines. One I have taken the firm line, another I have taken the dotted line. The firm line I have given the glossary is of high price and the dotted line is of low price. So it means that 865.40 on 1st October. So on 1st October 865.40, somewhere here I'll put a dot mark here. And another is on the same date the lowest figure, which is 849.45. So 849.45 on 1st October, so 849 will lie somewhere here. So these two dots I have put. Now I'll go to the next date, which will be 7th of October. So 7th October it was 868.8 and 831.4. So 868, 831. So 7th, 868 and 831. So these two dots I have put. Next date is 8th October, 832 and 794. 832, this is 8th, this is 832, this dot, and this is this dot here for this amount, which is 794.25. So on 8th, 794.25, this dot. So this way I have put all the dots of high rate graph in the firm line and the low rate graph in the dotted line. I can show you the last date, 31st October. So 31st October was 849.95, 828. 31st, this is somewhere, this is 849.95. So 849.95 on 31st of October, and then I have 828. So this is 828 approximately. These two dots have been put here. So with the help of the scale, these dots have to be matched. This is with the firm line because this is high line graph, and this is with the dotted line because this is low rate graph. So after matching these dots, now we have to cross check what was our highest and lowest price. The lowest price was 790. We need to mark this in the low rate graph, 790 rupees. So 790 rupees was on 27th of October. The 27th of October, I'm putting a small circle on this value, 790 rupees on 27th, and on 31st, as it was the highest rate, 31st is also highlighted here. So I need to distinguish it in this line graph. This is 849 on 31st October. This is again a small circle on this figure. This is the highest price and this was the lowest price. So what is this circle denoting? This circle is denoting this is the best sell price, and this circle is denoting this is the best buy price. So we need to prepare one glossary also on the graph sheet, which will mention the high rate graph, the low rate graph, the best sell and best buy prices. So this way one chart is complete, and after completing one chart of one company, now we have to do the same task with rest of the 4 companies, because one student will do this study for 5 companies and every student will get different 5 companies. It will not be same for any 2 students, 5 different companies for every child. So this is the next company, which is IDBI Bank. Similarly, the data from 1st October 31st October has been taken. The lowest rate in the low column was 59.55 on 8th of October. So after 8th October, the high column we have to look into, and the high was 71 rupees, and that was on 31st October. Chancely, it is just a chance, merely a chance that we have highest price on 31st October. Again, it will not happen every time. So this is the graph of IDBI Bank. Same way graph has to be made. On x-axis we have to take the dates, and on y-axis we have to take the market value of share, and we need to put the dots according to this high and low columns, and high and low columns dots we need to match, and then we need to specify 2 circles for lowest rate, that is best buy price, and the highest rate, which is best sell price. This way 5 charts. This is another company, Lipsa Gems and Jewelry. 5 charts we need to create. Lipsa Gems and Jewelry Limited was lowest price on 8th October and the highest price was on 21st of October. After 8th October, 21st is the highest price on which a shareholder can sell the share. So we are assuming that a shareholder has bought on the lowest price and sold after that date on the highest price. So this is the chart for Lipsa Gems and Jewelry. This is Vardhaman Acrylic, next company. It's high and low price. And then we have number 5, that is IDFC Limited. Similar way, this is the lowest price, this is the highest price. It may happen, children, that in a particular company the highest and lowest is on the same date. That does not matter. It's all right if it happens so. So this is the graph of IDFC Limited. So IDFC Limited's graph, their highest and lowest prices. This way we have done this job for 5 different companies. Now we need to analyze the data of these 5 different companies. We need to check the profitability and find out which company is giving us maximum returns. So profitability we need to calculate for all 5 companies. Like first company was Sun Pharmaceuticals Industry Limited. The formula to find out the profitability will be the profit earned by buy price into 100. How to calculate the profit earned? Simple. This is the selling price, this is the buy price. If you remember, we had taken this into consideration. This is the buy price, this is the sell price. So sell price minus buy price means if you have bought anything for 790 and you are selling it for somewhere around 850, the difference is the profit. So we need to find out the profit of from every share, and then we need to find out the profitability ratio also. So 849.95 minus 790. So this is how this study has been made for every company and its shares. The profitability analysis we have to make. So Sun Pharmaceutical Industries Limited profit earned was 849.95 minus 790 and it will be equal to 59.95. Now we need to find out the profitability percentage. So the formula will be profit earned, which is 59.95. The best buy price was 790 into 100 and the profitability is 7.58%. It means the shareholder is earning this much return on its investment, that is 7.58%. Similar way we'll be finding out the profitability of IDBI Limited, which is 19.22%. Formula remains the same. Profit earned will be equal to best sell minus best buy. I just want to show you once again what was the best sell and best buy for IDBI Bank Limited. So the IDBI Bank Limited is having best buy 59.55, best sell 71. That is why we have highlighted these two figures, 59.55 and 71 rupees. So 59.55 and 71. So profit earned is 71, which is best sell minus best buy, is equal to profits 11.45 divided by best buy, that is 59.55 into 100, that is 19.22%. This is the profitability percentage of IDBI Bank Limited's share. So as Lipsa is giving us a return of 23.67%, Vardhaman is giving us a return of 6.14%, and IDFC Limited is giving a return of 17.51. Now after the analyzing part, we need to give the conclusion of this project specific. Out of these 5 percentages of profit, 7.58, 19.22, 23.67 and 6.14 and 17.51, which one is the maximum? I think 23.67 was the maximum. So this company, Lipsa Gems and Jewelry Limited, is giving this shareholder the maximum return on its investments, which means luckiest is the investor who has purchased at this price and sold at this price and earned a profitability ratio of 23.67. This becomes our observation and conclusion. Luckiest is the investor who has invested in Lipsa Gems and Jewelry Limited and earned 23.67% profit, which is higher than any other investor's return. And we may also mention here the buy and sale date. Luckiest investor who has invested in Lipsa Gems and Jewelry Limited on so and so date and sold on so and so date and earned this much percentage profit. This is how we will do our specific of market value of shares. I hope you people understood it.